All right, it's science time again. So we're going to review again. We just got a lot to review. We got TCAP test towards the end of the year, and I'm just going to make sure we've learned so much, want to remember it. So we'll be reviewing just about every single day. We're looking at this standard today about renewable and non-renewable resources. It's really been a long time since we've covered this, fossil fuels. So we're going to take a look at these things and how we get things like gasoline and oil and natural gas that maybe some of you have in your house. So we're going to take a look at that in a little text called Energy for Life. And it's a ReadWorks text, and we'll have some questions to go along with it, okay? I'm going to read it with you, and then the text will be on your questions as well, so you can have easy access to find the answers in the text. Energy is the key. We use a lot of energy to live, whether we're playing, studying, or eating. Energy makes these activities possible. We also use energy for production to run machines. For instance, much of this energy comes from fuels like oil, coal, or natural gas. These fuels are used to make the blacktop and the basketballs at recess, as well as generate the electricity for the lights all around you. Think of all the energy required to plant, grow, harvest, transport, and cook your lunch, and you can start to understand that energy is a key to life. Natural, but not forever. Fuels like natural gas, oil, and coal are important natural resources. They're known as fossil fuels and take millions of years to form. We've used them for hundreds of years, and they've powered everything from planes and trains to cars and computers. Unfortunately, fossil fuels are non-renewable forms of energy. Our power plants burn them faster than nature makes them. And when they're burned, power plants create emissions harmful to the environment. To use fossil fuels, we first need to get them out of the earth with technologies like oil rigs, coal mines, and natural gas wells. The drilling, mining, and pumping of these natural resources often requires very large operations. These procedures result in producing the important energy we need, but they need fossil fuels themselves to operate and can often negatively impact the land where the fossil fuels are found. So fossil fuels that we dig for, they're very, very useful, but sometimes they can create a mess when we're trying to dig for them and create problems. And plus, they produce a lot of pollution. They're very, very useful, but they're non-renewable. And what if they run out? So should we look for some new energy sources for the future? I believe that's what this is going to talk about, powering the future. Fortunately, there are forms of renewable energy out there. They also come from nature and don't harm the environment as much as fossil fuels. Furthermore, they aren't consumed to produce energy, so we can use them again and again. One form of renewable energy is solar energy. Solar energy uses solar panels, which collect sunlight and convert it directly into electricity. Another form of renewable energy is wind energy. Like an extremely large pinwheel, wind turbines, they were on that first slide there, have blades that rotate when the wind blows, and this movement generates electricity. Some solar and wind energy power plants are connected to batteries so they can supply electricity even when the sun isn't shining or the wind isn't blowing. One form of renewable energy that's been around for a very long time is hydropower. Hydropower is energy produced by falling and running water. Hydropower technologies can be as simple as a water mill on a stream or as complex as a hydroelectricity dam. Hydropower is a great source of renewable energy. In Washington State, in the USA, for instance, it produces 75% of the entire state's energy. The right plan. Using renewable energy is a good way to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels. Though renewable energies have, Mr. Hilton went too far. Though renewable energies have some negative impacts on Earth as well. Solar and power plants are usually built in deserts where sunshine's reliable and strong, but the desert land that is disrupted for the construction and operation of these power plants is actually rich with plant and animal life. Wind energy power plants are called wind farms and require a lot of land. Though each turbine only takes up a small area of land, wind farms can easily have hundreds or thousands of turbines. With that many turbines together, their presence can easily affect birds, bats, and other wildlife in the area. Hydropower plants can generate a lot of electricity and energy, but their existence can dramatically alter the environment around them. Many hydropower plants use dams to create the electricity. Fish can be easily blocked by a dam and prevented from swimming to important spawning grounds. Dams can also fail and cause massive flooding. Also, in the event of a drought, the electricity produced could truly be limited to a trickle. However, by carefully planning the locations of renewable energy power plants, their harmful impact to the planet can be minimized and their renewable and sustainable benefits maximized. Looking forward, almost everything we do requires some sort of energy. It's important to understand where our energy comes from, how it is produced, and what effect each type has on our environment. As technology improves, we can balance the use of non-renewable fossil fuels with renewable energy for a healthier planet. So this text really compares two things, compares non-renewable like fossil fuels, compares it to renewable fuels, renewable energy. And it also talks about, hey, renewable energy is great because you're not going to run out of it, but it's not perfect because it causes problems too. You're taking land to build a wind farm. You're blocking a river with a dam to get hydroelectric energy. So if you're putting up solar panels in the desert, you're taking the habitat of some animals and plants that would normally be where the solar panels are. So nothing is perfect. We need energy. And so it's good to have several ways that we get that energy. All right. Well, today you're going to have 10 questions about this text. This text, as I said, will be on the questions, so you can easily access it for the answers. I'll let you get started.